fuck are you doing?
Celebrating 500 subscribers.
Woo! Yeah, thanks for that. Cheers for 500 subs. Hey, it's that alcohol from the other episode that you might have seen or you might not have seen. I don't know about the timing. I'm getting subs really quickly.
Right. Putting this away before you...
Put that away.
Yeah, before the police are called.
Before the police are called. My neighbours, they're strangling the cat next door, Mr. Policeman! So yeah, thanks very much for 500 subs. Didn't honestly think I'd get here, especially after having such a long gap of not doing anything. But ironically, I got more subs in that 2-month gap of not doing anything than I had for the rest of the year. Probably because I got known a bit out there for VR chat, which, hey, I'm not complaining about, so thanks muchly. And to do that, I once again recruited, or maybe for the first time recruited, me Irish friend Mr. Shep, who's here to help me examine this beautiful object that we've got hidden under this tablecloth. And if you've looked at the tags, or probably knowing me the name of the video, you already know what this is, but I thought I'd hide it for comical effect in case you're illiterate or something, because... well, it's England, isn't it? So
yeah.
It is, especially with the way the Tories have done those bloody
the exam
gradings. Yeah, I'm sorry. You might have been an A-star beforehand, but now you're a C, and that means you think of shit according to the Tories. Don't vote with the Tories. Anyway, God, this is good bloody wine considering it was meant to be a forfeit.
Yeah, this is. I definitely hope I don't get the next fall. I have seen it, and I'm not happy.
So today, for 500 subscribers, we are looking at a TCR Total Control racing set that I pulled out of a skip. Yes, a skip. In fact, I actually pulled 2 sets out of a skip. I also pulled out a set of power passes, but its track on the power passes was knackered. Its power supply was Paleotoy, which is really weird because it's made by somebody else entirely. So a Paleotoy power supply really put me off trying it, and one of the cars is knackered. So unfortunately, that set kind of went in the bye-bye zone, although I kept the cars. But yes, we're looking at TCR, and if we just pull this up, we have the Super Jam Car Special 4-car system.
Now, for people who don't know, if you've ever seen Scale Electric...
Scale Electrics is a car.
Scale Electrics is a car.
It goes beep beep. I did a video on that. It's got lots of cars. You should look at it. I'll link it in the description if I remember, which I won't.
So, Scale Electrics is what's called a slot car.
Yes.
These are called jam cars, which I've never heard of before.
No, they're not.
They're called jam cars here.
No. The jam car is the car.
Oh, these are slotless.
These are slotless cars.
Yes, I'm actually only reading the box now. It's a surprise to me as well.
So here's the thing. I gave you that technical showdown where I showed you everything and how stuff worked, and I didn't actually tell you they were called slotless cars.
I've seen all the technicals of this. This is actually really cool.
Actually, there is the track that you can see as is meant to be. So
yeah,
that's what we had to attempt to build later on. But yeah,
it's going to take us about 4 hours. It's going to take you guys about 3 minutes to watch.
We have a lot of hyperlapses. So TCR came out around 1977-ish, I think it was. It wasn't massively successful. Successful enough, there's quite a few sets. I haven't been able to find this set again, although I have found a set that includes some of the cars in it. So I have the feeling this might be a somewhat rarer set, which, hey, great for me, considering it came out of Skip. Now, the set itself didn't cost me anything, but I have spent at least £30 to £40 on spare parts and other bits and pieces to try and restore it. So we're going to build this and have a go at it and see what we can do. But first, we're going to take it apart and do my normal stuff in my channel. So there's the
down the side here.
There's not that much information on the box. That's
like,
really
we tried to go over the box a few minutes ago. There's nothing. You got your track with track design.
Yeah, put it on my phone. Right, here we go.
Yeah, so you have like 4 cars.
Let's just read what it says here. The Total Control Slotless Racing System. 29 feet of slotless track, 2 TCR Formula 5000 cars. 2 revolutionary. Vladimir Putin would be very proud. Vladimir Putin? Lenin.
Lenin would be
very
proud.
That's not even his name.
That's not even his name.
No, what was his name?
I don't think that's relevant for this video.
No, Trotsky wasn't his name either.
No,
Trotsky
no.
had a different name. And moving on to communism, I've got a copy of the book upstairs. That's demonetisation worthy. We weren't being monetised anyway. Fuck the Tories. Right. 2 revolutionary jam cars, one in each lane, which I'm looking forward to that actually, because I've tested it but not actually raced it. 2 dual function hand controllers, an 18-volt AC power pack, bridge and banking support, and a set of colourful billboards and flags. Now, as I
have some billboards, but I don't have any flags, do we?
Oh, maybe. See, here's the thing. As I said, I pulled this set out of a skip. Now, if you don't know what a skip is, here's a photo on his face. So, a skip is a thing, especially in England, that people hire out. You basically throw rubbish in it. And when people have somewhat nice things to throw out, they might put it on the top of the skip, which the people who did this in the house did. So I went back at midnight and picked it up because I don't like skip scrounging, but I do. And I was surprised most of it here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these out because, excuse me, these are spares. So spare tyres, spare
contacts.
Yep, and a track cleaning thing. There's also spare bits of oil in here. But this set is almost so complete that it even has its paperwork. Yeah. And that's saying, are you kidding me? There's toilet roll there. Quick, grab the toilet roll. You've got it on the track. I clean this track. Clean it, 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 clean it. Right. Are we good?
I think we're good.
It's down the side, but we can get the rest of it. Right, okay.
Yeah, we get
Okay. Hello, welcome back. Nothing bad happened at all. No Prosecco spilled everywhere.
Yeah, let's get that back up again.
Yeah. We need alcohol.
I'm gonna put this just out of hand's reach.
Yeah, mine is over there.
Yeah.
So, going back to what I was saying, I pulled this out of a skip. We'll give you the explanation of the skip. And for a set that's come out of a skip, it's very nearly, if not complete. I haven't actually done an inventory count, but I'm pretty sure it's all there.
I've definitely seen toys that are in the glass box in like a charity shop, or what some people call a thrift shop or a thrift store, that aren't even this well.
Yeah.
And they'd have like 40, 50, 60 pounds in a lesser condition than this to be able to walk away on top of a skip.
If I went on eBay and tried to sell this, I would expect to get at least £40 out of it personally. But I'm not here to sell it. I do actually intend to keep this set. I think it might be one of the rarer ones, but we don't know. So I'm going to move those aside for one bit because these are just the barriers. They're not important. So we'll have a quick look at the track. We'll have a look at the cars, the controllers and everything, and then we'll build it. So grab a piece of track, Mr. Shep. Here you go. Have this piece that is spilt Prosecco all over.
Yes.
So on the underside, we can see that it's 1977. That's how I know it was 1977.
Yes. And it was made in Hong Kong.
Made in Hong Kong. And who made it? I can see. Can you?
Ideal Toy Corporation. Toy.
Ideal Toy. The ideal toy that survives Prosecco being thrown at you. I'm never going to put that down.
And this is actually an American toy.
Yeah.
Interesting because it has Hollis, New York on it, 11423.
I think it's something to do with the company that produced it is most likely American because I find a lot of toys tend to. Yes, that's it. Here we go. So if we look down here on this track layout, which actually has a couple of different tracks, although we'll look to see what we do. That's actually quite interesting. If we look at, say, Roman numerals no one cares about. Ideal Toy Corp, made in England, under license by Ideal Toy Co. Limited, Wokingham in Berkshire. So that's a load of words that you'll understand if you are good. Are you good? Of course you are. Subscribe to my channel.
And then the other funny thing is as well is you have US patent pending on the back here. You guys probably can't see it, but there's a lot of embossed lettering on the back of this.
I might take a photo and show you.
Yeah, we'll get a photo in there, I say. So this is actually, it's really well made as well. Like for a toy, even in the late 70s, a lot of toys were getting quite cheap and plasticky. But
there's some Prosecco on this one.
Yeah.
Sticky.
Nom 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 nom.
Oh God, there's a lot on the bottom as well. What do you like, Shep? So when it comes in, its connecting system is quite clever because it is a case of just sort of fitting it in and pushing in like that. Clip. All sorted. So obviously you need to clean the contacts in between, but connecting it and disconnecting it is surprisingly easy, which is always something you want in a toy set. And of course, you know, the cables, the wire, it's just a thin piece of wire in plastic. So
but even that is quite well engineered.
Yes. Now that's track. The cars, let's have a quick look at the cars. Now we'll look at these because there's jam cars and there's the actual cars. We'll look at the actual cars first. Now, you might be able to see this, but if I show you the bottom of this, I'm going to reach out and show you. You might see, you might not. You notice there's 2 pins. Now, do that. You notice his pins are in a different place to the cars on these pins, right? So what happens is these cars run along the track, and on one pin, which is labelled, is this one here, which is not labelled as A or B, that will pick up on this track, or this one. It's always the one on the far left. And these 2 power supply tracks are powered by the hand controllers on left or right. So when you squeeze the trigger, say I'm car A, that one on both of these rails will power up. Yeah, that's how it works. So B will control these 2 and A will control these 2. The car with A will always respond regardless of what side it's on. And of course, being slotless, the cars can literally do this. If you were watching that special event that we put on, I talked about this on Taskmaster. It was very thin.
So this is quite interesting.
Yes,
we have and the thing is, it's only supposed to come with what, 4 cars, and this has 6 in it.
Yes, I said that we saved the cars from the power passes from Mattel, Toy. I don't know.
So somewhat similar design on these.
Lionel. These are Lionel, but they had Toy for some reason on the power supply. Very similar design in the 2 pins and a 3rd pin. Well, no, it's just 2 pins on these ones. There's no jam cars, so it's the same thing, just no jam cars. But these aren't relevant to the video. Also, this one doesn't work, but this one doesn't. Of course, the BMW doesn't bloody work.
Never bloody works.
So, these cars can also change lanes. Here's the boring talky bits. And
I'm not very good hand today, am I?
You know, it was all right in the last video. That's because we hadn't started drinking at that point.
Yeah, we're already
talking about drinking.
Yeah.
So, I suddenly understand why all those YouTubers that do loads of talking like to drink alcohol while they're doing it. It's actually really entertaining. So in here, I'm not going to take it off because unscrewing it is a pain in the arse. But there's your standard motor, and it leads to a slightly strange gearing system, as the gear is a top one that twists. And it focuses on the rotation of the motor. Because if you're, say, going clockwise, it's also on a pivoting axle. This gets really complicated without pictures. I might put pictures or a video up to show you what I mean. I might do that later. So each wheel is independent. So they're both independent. They both have drives on them. So when you're going clockwise, the pivot on top will twist to the right, and that will start turning this cog. But when you go anti-clockwise, so reverse of power, the pivot turns the other way and starts turning the other wheel. And this is what powers the car in between the lanes. That's how it works. It's a bit complicated and a bit stupid, but it works. Shep has picked up the controller. They're very standard. They're very much like scale electrics. You pull the trigger, which pulls a piece of metal further along. Obviously, I would assume that electricity is coming through this one, and the more closely you move it up, the less resistance on the metal. And you've also got this switch on the back. And this switch changes the, I assume, polarity of the thing. So instead of, when it's up, the electricity goes that way. When it's down, the electricity goes that way. And then the motor turns around and it changes differently. And God, I'm sweating.
My only question is, so this is 1977. This is 1978. Also, what's P? It has Made in Hong Kong P.
Pidge, are you P? Pidge confirms he is P. Made in Hong Kong Pidge. So literally, it's made in Pidge's cage.
Yes.
God, you're a weird bird. So they're the controllers. We've got your standard power supply with a 2-pin that connects into your car track. So power supply goes in there. Car A, car B. So black, which is that one, and black, which is this one as well.
And then we also have a good old UK
3-pin.
BSEN 635, I believe.
Have a quick look at the jam cars as well. They're very similar to the other cars in the construction on the underside, except they have 3 pins and their wheels are slanted. That's so that they can pick up power on both lanes. So they will run regardless. So these are designed to draw power and just run. So it is a car that will be moving slower that you physically overtake. So it's a jam car to force you to actually do something. Whether they work properly or not, I don't know.
Yes.
As I've said,
you've only tested these.
I have tested these. I do believe
you haven't raced these.
No, but I did say that I'd spent a fair bit of time and money restoring them. It's oil for oil with the axles. For restoring them, you put it up your nose if you really want.
Well, no, what I am enjoying about this is definitely for something of say, a Saturday morning because it has a little pen thing that you can pop into your breast packet.
It's like, oh, right, hang on a minute. It's like, oh, I need that on my Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't. Delicious. Oh, I say that delicious. Okay.
Did that actually come with it as well?
No, I brought that.
You brought
That's
that,
a piece
okay,
of
so-
art. But yeah, so I can't remember what I was talking about. Some other rubbish, but I believe we've about covered everything except paperwork. Oh, bridge stands. Track sits on bridge to make height. We will most likely be using those. Did you?
It got down.
Oh, I'm gonna have to dry all of this. And there are the flags. And I kept some tyres as well. Oh, before we carry on, if I haven't already done it, here's the hyperlapse of me restoring the stuff whilst he cleans this up. Maybe we should put that in whilst you were cleaning up.
Yes, there we go. That's no more in there.
Okay,
so we have.
Give it a second.
Yeah.
Just so there's a bit of a gap so I know what's going on. This is damp. Here we go. Here's a summary of what's meant to be in here.
Also, I do like.
Oh, it's got racing instructions.
So this is your. So we start off with this. We've got our quick instructions that have a little bit of Prosecco. That's fine.
They survived in the attic of this house for 30 years in a skip in the middle of the town I live in, and then he spills alcohol on them.
Alcohol.
Bloody Irish.
So, before writing or calling the Consumer Information Centre for TCO, please check the following. Please read carefully all the instructions contained in the owner's manual. Make sure your power pack, terminal track, and controllers are properly connected in place. See item 4 in your owner's manual.
And let me pull up item number 4 in the owner's manual. I'm going to read the blog on the front. How to connect controllers and power pack to terminal track. Nobody cares. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Run your cars on an oval layout 25 to 50 laps to break them in. Cars need to warm up to make them operate.
We're going to have to run this for a bit beforehand, but we can do that.
Dirt and poor maintenance result in an overall reduction of performance. In order to ensure trouble-free track racing, it is essential both the track and the cars are regularly cleaned and maintained in accordance with instructions. Note 11A to K.
I've got that written exactly here. And that is what I've already done, so woo.
So what else do we have? When switching a car from one lane to another, make sure the lane changing switch on the controller is pushed up or down as far as it will go and held in that position. Ensure that picked up shoes and tires are in the correct. The shoes in the bottom.
The shoes. These are referred to as the shoes. They're pain in the arse to put these damn things in with the spring. I tell you, pain in the arse.
In the correct position for each type of car, owner's manual note 5 and 11, G and H.
So we're not going to read all of these instructions because we're here all day. So I'm going to read what's on the owner's club, and then we'll have a quick look. But before we do,
actually, the thing I do enjoy about this is it has all the information about. I'm guessing this place doesn't exist anymore in Wokingham, Berkshire.
You bloody wouldn't think so.
Has a telephone number. The normal operating hours are slightly unusual: 9 a.m. to 4:45 p.m. Monday to Friday. Then it has special Christmas service, which is in order to offer complete after-sales service to TCR headquarters. Telephone service will be especially manned over the Christmas period.
Oh,
so for December 24th and 27th to January 1st inclusive, it'll be 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And Christmas Day and Boxing Day, you'll have a 9 a.m. to noon and 3 p.m. to 6 p.m.
They were obviously expecting a lot of shit to go wrong.
Yeah, there was a lot of shit to go wrong. But also, I like that they obviously break for Christmas lunch.
Now, before we carry on, I'm going to interrupt you just quickly. So when I was restoring them, I kept a tyre off one of the original cars. Now, here's one of the replacement tyres. Nice and squishy, nice and squishy, nice and squishy, lovely. Here's one of the original tyres. Nice and squishy, nice and squishy, nice and squishy, nice.
You know what it looks like? If you ever had the baby bell and you've had to wax off the baby bell and you like squish it up. Yeah.
I dare you to eat it.
Possibly
the most intelligent thing you've said is just going to start with.
Yeah, I don't want to take advantage of free healthcare tonight.
Incidentally, flags. But I think we've about covered everything that comes in the box. Oh, well, we're going to do it. So before we go onto the floor and set this up, I'm just going to quickly read the opening blurb of the TCR Owner's Manual. So I feel I should be very finely dressed for this.
I feel you should be wearing a tie.
Yes, I feel I should as well. Ready? Welcome to the TCR Owners Club. You are now the proud owner of the TCR slotless racing system, and soon you will be ready to test your overtaking and racing skills on the track. The TCR model racing system is the nearest thing yet to real racing, and as such... Stop growling at me. We attach the same degree of importance to pre-race preparation and maintenance as would any experienced racing driver.
Which means if this is 90, what would you say?
I haven't even finished yet.
Yeah, but if this is 1977, proper preparation means we have to have a lot of whiskey before the race.
I haven't got whiskey. Well, more alcohol.
More alcohol.
More alcohol. We're only going to get 2 videos in because the time of rhythm will be completely done. A lack of preparation has caused many a driver to lose a race or even fail to start. Which basically sounds like we make shit quality products, so it's your fault if you don't warm them up. And whilst TCR's superior design, we'll figure that out in a minute, enables quick and easy assembly for trouble-free racing, we would strongly recommend that before attempting to put this system together, you read carefully all of the instructions contained in this manual. Now, before we go down to the floor, I'm going to show you how to read all of the instructions in this manual. Are you ready?
Yes. Perfect.
And that is how you read all of that. And bearing in mind I've just thrown this piece of paper that's older than myself, I bid you adieu to observe us as we attempt to put this together.
I also feel like at least one of the flags that are in here don't exist anymore. Can somebody please tell me if this is an actual country still anymore, or this one here? Slightly shit Italian flag.
I was going to say, Italy or Ireland, it's hard to tell.
With the colour fade on it, it's quite hard to tell.
There we go.
I need to find out what country this is. We'll put that in the description below if that's an actual country.
Yes, leave it in the comments. Is that a country anymore? Right, let's get on with this. Watching that. We had so much fun setting up. We spent almost as long setting up all the cameras. Oh, I've got a thing. So as we said.
And welcome to the house. Today in the TCR Racing Championship, we have returning idiot, Mr. Ekron Vulture. Hello there, delightful to see you. How are you feeling? Yes, I'm feeling well. Are you going to win? Probably not. Are you looking forward to the forfeit? Oh, God, no. And the challenger, the greatest Irish driver inside this house at the moment in time, Mr. Shep. Tell me, Mr. Shep, how do you feel?
Not very good, because I'm not the best driver. You don't know what's in the attic at the moment.
Oh dear, I mean, you say that, but I am me. Anyway, yes, we've, this microphone is plugged into a recorder, so you might hear some of that audio.
1970s technology. You may have noticed there are 3 extra cameras running, because we couldn't get the whole track in, so we've got a Panasonic NV G2 down there, which is 1991-ish. We've got a JCB GYDV 500, which is a 2000 professional camera. It moves a lot of dirt when I drop it. And we've got a Ferguson Video Star from 1977. I don't know the exact thing, but I very much wanted to set up a Video Star with a Panasonic VTR, as it would have been something at the time that would actually record these. And I said this is the microphone, that's from the time period as well. So probably going to stop using this. We've got the cars in my hand, being held very professionally. We haven't tested it at all, have we, Mr. Shep?
No, we really haven't, and
No.
this is worrying.
You know, I've got some Amstrad microphones as well from the 80s.
Oh,
that we work with.
Jesus.
They've got microphone holders. Probably should have grabbed them. They're down there. Should have
Yeah.
grabbed them so we could put that in between. I'm just going to lay that
Yeah,
there.
let's lay that down there.
So-
We can get the overcut audio. So
That's one of the thing cars. That's it. Now, there's not really anywhere for us to put our legs. Like, your foot's right in the way, and so is mine. So I'm just debating how we can do this without blocking up the extra cameras. And
I think we have to sit cross-legged on the couch.
well, I tell you what, I'll put the cars on. Oh, it moved. You're crossing lanes. Oh.
Do I want to be crossing lanes right now? Just... Okay.
You knocked me. Oh, you're going. I'm not, because you knocked me.
Okay, right. The one thing that stopped me was the one thing we didn't think about. Right.
It's a bit janky.
It's a bit janky.
We're gonna
So I think what we'll do is let's get us both back to the starting position.
Let's put these on, see if these things just run. Because they're supposed to run when you just put a hand down. So they just go.
Well, they're going because they're on both tracks.
Yes, I mean that one's not. You may have noticed.
Yeah, that one's just trying.
He's just like, ah!
Maybe flip the switch.
Now they both died. So this is what happens when you don't test stuff before you go on camera. This is my car. Da 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 da. Get out of the way! Now you-
What's that?
I can see the sparks underneath this. Can you?
Yes, actually.
That's a good and a bad thing. It's not as fast as Scale Electrics, which is actually kind of nice.
So, first off, we're doing this on carpet, which probably isn't the best to have sparks like right beside.
He dead.
It dead all the way over there. So
He dead all the way over there.
But we do have one small advantage, that the nearest fire station is about 2 walk-offs away, so that's always a good sign.
And there's totally, absolutely nothing flammable in my house, like everything in this room.
Everything that's currently an eye shot.
So this is going to be a difficult one to race. I think we should run without the jam cars. We'd have to go with the jam cars on, but I think we're going to have to run without them.
Yes.
Because I have the idea we're not going to be able to do much other than pull the controls and run with it.
Mm.
So, would you mind fetching my car, please, Mr. Shep? Woohoo! So I think we should, it says you're supposed to warm it. You're supposed to do like 25 to 50 laps of an oval track to wear your car in, which hasn't been done technically since I've had parts replaced, but, you know, it's got bits of fursuit on it already. Where did your car go? Your car's there. And it stopped.
I think the outside lane push you on.
Yay! No, you stopped. Oh, yeah, I ran over your wire. No. Can you get? Yes, ram me. I will save you, and you save me. We didn't plan this out, did we? Yes.
Ram me, baby. Ram me right.
No! Quit! No!
No!
Quick, put a jam car on! Put a jam car on!
No!
There's one for each lane. Yes, that's it, jam car, do it! Oh god, that's not healthy. Quick, G-Shep.
No, jam car.
Pull the trigger, G-Shep. Before we burn it out, I think we killed it.
I think this is officially dead.
I think we might have killed it.
I think this is the last. This is the last game this is going to play, unfortunately.
If we kill this, you do realise that we're both going to have to do the forfeit, right? You know that, don't you? The forfeit that we... God, so much setup. We spent about 40 minutes fucking around with the cameras.
Or I have, you just sat there, which is fine.
Yeah, but we spent about 25 minutes setting this up.
Right. It does have 1977 written on it. Shall we have another go?
We've got one more chance.
Okay, you know what? Let's try and do a full race. Okay, so can you take that car off? The first thing I need to do is figure out the controls. Which way?
Which way is left and which way is right?
Pretty much, yes. So I think I'm sitting on my control section.
I think in the middle it's supposed to.
Right. Right. So down goes into that track, and up goes that into that track as well. Apparently, up goes into.
So down goes into the right track for me. Yeah, I went past you there. Why would you do that to me? I saved you. You win as well because you're ever so slightly in front. Okay. Grab them, bring them over here. We're doing a race. We're going to do a very professional race with equipment from the 1970s recording. This is the Colville. Was that one of the birds just crying?
I think it was.
Oh God, Vardy, what are you doing? Sponsored by Philbert Fox Entertainment Limited. This is the Colville Housebound Championship of Coronavirus 2020 World Champion TCR set. I've actually seen these running before. There's a video on YouTube. And it's fantastic. He's got a massive setup about the size of this room. It just runs brilliantly. Bitch. So,
Good to be able to go anywhere.
Mr. G-Shep takes the lead, and on there, Ekron is coming up. Oh no, Ekron is being quick. Nudge me. Mr. G-Shep is in the lead here. He's got quite a lead due to that, but Ekron is attempting to catch up. He's coming around the corner, and Mr. G-Shep is coming. I don't know how many laps doing. 5. Ekron catching up on him due to that slight misfortune. He's catching up. It's a close race. We move into, I'm going to say, the 3rd lap. Go on, Ekron.
Keep going.
No.
Keep going.
No.
We can do
Come
this.
on. No. Come on. No. Nudge me as well. I know you're on the final lap, but nudge me. No. I can't lose. Please, no. No. Oh, no.
I'm feeling, even with my,
Oh, I'm going out again.
oh no, I'm stopped. Nudge me.
Oh, damn it, I was trying to get past you.
I think at that we will call it a race.
That means I lose, doesn't it?
Yes, yes it does. That's why I'm calling this race. I'm calling this race winner.
But as the Englishman who runs the channel, obviously I have won by default, so...
But do you have a flag?
No.
Exactly.
Damn it! Oh, no. Oh, gosh. Okay, so that was TCR set from a skip with some bad restoration done on it before we go back to the table for
Yes.
the forfeit, which I am...
So, for the forfeit, just because this wasn't quite fair,
You're drinking as well.
I will drink a little bit as well.
I drink.
I drink half the amount you drink.
Oh, God.
So that,
Should I just... Okay.
yes. Let's move back to the table. That was the end of the race. And guess who won? And guess who lost? So, get that into you. I think first off, make sure you have at the ready
The bucket.
the bucket. I think the bucket should be up here somewhere.
It's in grasp.
It's within grasp. We have a bucket down there. So, first, because you won, lost, I won. Well done, you lost.
Even the glass is dirty. Look how much fucking grease is on that.
I can see lines, but I shouldn't see lines. Would you like to guess what your forfeit is going to be in the glass?
I think my forfeit is watching you drink a very unpleasant clear liquid that was discontinued twice in a glass, personally.
What I have decided
Is that I'm
Hey,
drinking the rest of this, I don't care. This is mine now, I will need this. And I want that fucking water.
Right, so we're going to put the water, right
Give me
right
this.
here. So you're going to drink...
Wait, this was your mug.
I haven't drank out of that.
Oh,
one,
you better.
Remember, the previous forfeit wasn't really a forfeit. I'm going to drink this much. You're going to drink probably where that line is on this glass.
Do I just chug it in one go or do I sip it? Well, what is it? Why don't we show them what it is?
Yes,
so
we
you can
haven't
see why
got
my
quite
reaction
there. So let me just make sure the
is
label's
so
right.
dreadful.
Da, 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 da.
If I can't see it, it doesn't exist.
You don't want to see it. That's the bloody
No, I
problem.
don't!
So I'm just going to make sure every camera that we currently have set up can definitely 100% see what Ekron, my dear friend from the north, will be drinking.
So this is obviously, it's a bottle of Crystal Pepsi that went out of date in 2017. So it's not the original run of Crystal Pepsi from the 80s and the run they did in the 90s. It's the recent version they did that was, I think, the worst received out of all of them. And allegedly, excuse me, this stuff goes rancid when it goes off, like legit rancid. I've had this since
2016.
So yes, it's marked as out of date 2017, 06-2017.
I won this at a convention and I thought I'll hold on to it because at the time it was worth about 20 quid for the bottle and it's been sitting in my cupboard and I thought, oh, we'll do some YouTube with me mate Shep and I'll have a laugh and I'll make him do a forfeit and it'll be really horrible. And then his forfeit was so nice that I'm bloody drinking and I don't even drink. And then of course I get this forfeit. This! Me! This!
This is what happens. The Irish make others turn to drink. To drink Crystal Pepsi. Right.
I'm dreading this, but honestly, I'm just hoping it won't. There's a bit of carbonation still in it. I'm hoping it just won't be gut-wrenchingly awful. If it does taste wrong, fine. I'm not ashen, so you know, I've not got a palate. I'm just a bird.
Right. So I think it's time to open it.
Any carbonation? No, no carbonation at all.
Nothing.
Oh. Doesn't actually smell that bad.
No, it smells fairly Pepsi. Pepsi EE. You give yourself a good chug there. Yeah, there we go.
There's not as bit of carbonation. So before we carry on, I'd just like to congratulate my Irish compadre, Mr. Shep, on winning a race that once he was in the lead, it's impossible to lose because they said, we didn't talk about this, the way it drives.
No.
Basically, once the car in front is in front, if you don't disconnect, you'll never lose because when you go around a corner, it does like that. And I knew that beforehand, as I'd done some research. TCR is great if you've got long stretches, but it needed a lot of work, and it's why it didn't carry on past a certain time. I'm drinking first. And why, when they rebooted it in the late 90s, it just didn't catch on. And it's a really good idea in concept, but there's a reason we don't have slotless racing anymore, except recently they did Ankler, didn't they, in like 2015, which didn't really do very well. And Scale Electrics and Ninco and other slot car races done really well. So on the end of that explanation, congratulations, Mr. G-Shep. Thank you very much for 500 subscribers. I hate everything. That's absolutely fine. I'm not even kidding. That's actually quite nice. That is actually quite nice. It's very watery.
It's watery.
It's very watery, but it's got a hint of...
Well, there's like 4 flavours in there. There's water, sugar, and then 2 other flavours I can't quite...
Both the forfeits are actually pretty good.
Here's the 500 more.
I don't know what I'm doing at 1,000 subs. It'll probably be as long and pointless. Hey, maybe we'll look at camcorders. Oh, there goes my stomach. Thanks for watching, guys. We're going to go get drunk.